The School of Roots and Vines. Fun and Adventures from Year 1. Wow, Marcus murmured. Sophie turned the page in her book and smiled. All the pictures she'd sent her parents throughout her first 2 semesters were in this book, compiled into fun spreads and layouts. There were several pictures Sophie hadn't taken, official school photos from the trials, and various class activities like mosaics and life fundamentals. She was thrilled to see a photo of her and Charlotte working together on the caterpillars with Reggie, as well as one of her and Roscoe walking down the path together. It's almost like a scrapbook. She grinned as she flipped through page after page. She saw the first picture she'd ever taken with her roommates in the dorms before they'd run off to explore everything.
Oh my gosh,
Marcus laughed.
Is that what I think it is?
He pointed at a photo Sophie hadn't been able to make out, but when she looked closer, she rolled her eyes. There she was, hugging Thicket Hall. It was the photo Olivia had taken and teased her about. She was glad to see it in her album. Her bond with the massive oak had been forged deeply in her first semester, and she'd barely begun to understand her psionic gift when that photo was taken.
Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed at you for that. That was back before,
Marcus explained. Oh, I know, Sophie snarked. Back when you were a jerk and helped Olivia tease me about that.
Oh, Marcus, surely you didn't tease our Sophie for tree hugging,
Walter contended, although he wore a mischievous grin.
Seeing as you can talk to Thicket Hall now, too.
Marcus's cheeks turned red.
Well, sir?
Walter gave a good-natured laugh and shook Marcus's shoulder.
You know I'm only messing with you.
Our books are different. Sophie glanced at Marcus's book. His photos consisted of the ones he and Sophie had taken together over the summer, as well as pictures with all their friends. The more recent ones from the fall festival and homecoming also. Mine only go through the first 2 semesters. We wanted to make yours chronological, like homemade yearbooks. You'll get photos from this past semester in the next book, Joyce explained. Sophie grinned and looked over Marcus's shoulder at his book. I'll get a sneak peek if I look at yours, though.
I heard the performance at the band contest was great.
Walter nodded at a photo of Marcus under the pavilion lights with his guitar.
Shame we couldn't be there to hear it.
Yeah, Millie pouted. I had to go to Grandma's the next day, so I couldn't come. Sophie and Marcus both chuckled. You would have loved it, Mills. I'm kinda jealous you went to Grandma's without me, Sophie professed. I'm surprised your father let you come back to school for that, Marcus, but I'm glad he did. Sophie says the music did worlds of good for you, Joyce noted. Marcus froze halfway through turning the page, his gray eyes downcast.
Well, you see,
he sighed.
Dad wasn't given much choice. Headmistress Kay strong-armed him. If she hadn't, I guess I'd still be brainwashed somewhere.
Walter shook his head.
Sophie told us the whole story, son. You were fighting your way through that magic before she figured out the clues. I reckon you'd have come out of it sooner rather than later.
I don't understand why your father didn't see what was going on, Joyce pressed. How could he keep sending you back to those criminals? Marcus looked at her meaningfully.
With all due respect, Mrs. Briggs, you don't know my father. You don't understand how badly he wanted me to succeed.
Marcus made air quotes.
He wanted me in that internship where I could be up close and personal with the top dogs in the biz. He wanted me to make a lot of money and be somebody he could talk about with pride.
Marcus glowered at the floor as he continued.
Not some loser who tried and failed to kill Thicket Hall. Not some kid who decided friends were more important than winning and made him look bad in front of his coworkers. No, that wasn't good enough for him.